welcome to our town. I'm Jill Lawrence, and we have a great show today with the one and only Ann Proto.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you are. You're the one and only. Ann is the recreation director for the town of Norfolk. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is our
Glad to be
second.
here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is our series. It's like every other year, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the exact word for that is, but biannual. So every other year, but this is great. Maybe we'll make it more frequent too. So recreation director for 16 years.
It is 16 years. I was actually on my way to work today, and I thought of my daughter's birthday is this weekend, and she's going to be 22.
Yeah.
And I started when she was 6. So it's very sweet.
Oh, it is sweet.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we're so happy to have you at the helm of the recreation department.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be there. I love my job.
Oh, good. Oh, good. That's great. So we're going to jump right into recreation doings and comings and goings and stuff. And the first question, which is a burning question, I think, for some people, are what are the conditions of the fields this spring?
This winter was a tough winter, that's for sure, and it was a very long spring. I think it's still, winter is even still going on at the end of April.
Yeah.
So most of the fields are open at this point. All the baseball fields are open, and the soccer fields, for the most part, are open. At Pond Street, there are a couple of large soccer fields. One is open and one is not. One is covered with white. It looks like snow from a distance, but it's not.
Oh my goodness.
We've had a lot of success with turf covers, and interestingly, we bought them 3 years ago because we thought that was a tough winter.
Right, and I don't remember that winter that well because everything before this winter is all just a wash.
Exactly. So, but we were very fortunate. We actually, the snow didn't melt. I mean, until a few weeks, 3 weeks ago or so. But soon after, we put the turf covers down. We didn't really have a lot of grass growing because we had top dressed. We did everything right last fall. We top dressed, we seeded, but then we had so much snow and so much cold, and it was just such a late growing season. So we put the turf covers down, which actually raises the temperature underneath.
So it's like a greenhouse.
It's like a little greenhouse, in fact, 10 or 12 degrees, and there is grass growing underneath.
Good.
So the last of the turf covers will come off this week, and that hopefully then all the fields will be open.
Well, you did a good job. Those baseball fields opened pretty early, I thought, considering, because I don't know, a lot of other towns think we're still struggling with some baseball. And then, but the soccer ones have been the hard ones. Is that because they're lower, like in terms of?
Both the soccer field has, because we top dressed and we needed some more grass growing. That was the issue on Field B.
Yeah.
Most of our soccer fields are in pretty good sun though. So and we also deep tine aerated last fall, which we do occasionally, and we are big believers in because it really creates good drainage and such, and it's very healthy for the soil.
Wow.
We try to do the mechanical processes as much as we can.
Right.
So it's really the grass growing on the soccer fields. On the baseball field, the issues are much more for the infield mix. If it's dry enough and safe.
Mud. Yes.
Right. And the one baseball field that just opened was the Babe Ruth field at Pond Street, because that corner, if anyone walks down at Pond Street, knows that I think there was snow even 10 days ago.
Yeah.
So that corner is just gets a lot of shade, so it was much harder to get that dried out. But it's open now.
Got it. All right. I was thinking about all the fields at Freeman seem to come through, and I did notice yesterday as I was driving around that the grass there just around town, it's green. The grass is green, meaning it's coming in, and it's almost May 1st.
Yeah.
So great. Well, thanks for that update, because I know it's been such an issue, and I guess we should give kudos to the field maintenance crew.
Absolutely. We work closely with DPW out there, and they are out there working every day. So trying to do their best to get the fields in good condition.
Oh, good. They do a good job.
Absolutely.
So the next topic I thought would be good would be the new, the recreation programs for the spring and summer. We've got our what do you call, I guess call this, not the guide,
brochure.
but the brochure
Yeah, the
for
recreation
spring and
brochure.
summer 2015. And what are the new and exciting things you're doing?
So we have some of our new and exciting things are really the things that we do each year, but we always change the themes a little bit. We have a very popular preschool program called 3-4 Let's Play Some More, and also Fun in the Sun.
That's right.
Which are wonderful programs for the 3, 4, 5, and 6, 6 years old.
And those are
kindergarten.
summertime, right?
They're
camps.
summertime. Those are the summer programs. We have a practicing preschool, which is very popular during the school year, but for our summer camps start at age 3.
Right.
And every year we have a new theme, different themes, and the kids have a great time, and they play outside, they do crafts inside. There's just
and
all
they do
different
some
things.
water stuff
Yep,
sometimes. They
definitely
keep
water
them busy.
things. Yep. We have a barnyard fun week, and we're going to have little farm animals in, and just the wonderful things that light up the eyes of a 4-year-old.
Right.
So we'll be doing things like that, but we also have a lot of craft camps. We have a 2-week musical theater program.
Which you usually do, yeah.
We do,
which
and
is
this
nice.
year we've made it so you can attend both weeks or 1 week.
Okay.
In the summertime, people have vacations, and we want people to participate. And if they're only around for a week, we still want them to participate.
And that's aimed at mid-elementary
Yep,
ages, right?
mid-elementary.
Maybe
Yep.
7, no,
fourth
grade.
Yep.
Okay, 9
fourth
and
grade.
up.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Good. So that's
that's
yeah.
taught by Ann Proto, who's taught it
Yes.
for years and
Right.
does a wonderful job, and it's always fun. She also has weeks of Actor Studio and Comedy Central, which was very popular. It was new last year, very popular.
Cool.
Everyone,
That sounds
the
fun.
kids had a blast.
Yeah.
So that's going on for
It's
the
the
summer.
Rated G Comedy Central.
Yes, absolutely. Those are the new summer programs. We have some new adult programs for this spring. We have wine tasting,
Okay.
and
Cool.
with Kim Simone. She's a Norfolk resident, and she owns Vintus Wine Works, and we have a couple of wine tasting programs. I think one is to learn what you like and why.
Okay.
And then one is to find quality and affordable wines.
Affordable.
And each class is $25, so it's a
cool.
reasonable
It's a
class.
one-night-
It's a
one-night.
one-night
Oh,
class.
good.
They're going to be held at Franklin Liquors in Franklin.
Okay,
So
great.
those
So
are-
what you
that's
like
something
and
to-
why.
yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder
Yeah.
if it says something about your personality.
I don't know.
It's like the Zodiac.
We actually also have a estate planning workshop tomorrow night at the library. It's free.
Okay.
And we do ask people to register only so we can plan, and we make sure we have handouts and such enough. We take 30. We already have 18 registered.
Oh, well,
but attorney
estate planning.
Amy Antonellis
Okay.
is going to be doing the program.
Okay, and it's for anyone who wants to get a jump on their planning,
Yep,
like
just understand
wills and all sorts of stuff.
Understand the various estate planning tools and.
Okay. Oh, cool.
And
my parents are in need of that.
I think I'm in need of it.
Yeah,
So
right.
I think it's one of those things that kind of creeps up.
on you.
I think the.
Okay, that's great. And I know you also mentioned the college essay writing course.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So Gwen Sawtelle from Norfolk as well is an English teacher. And last year we sort of last minute it wasn't last minute, but we put together a college essay writing workshop. And it was very popular.
Yeah.
And the kids really left with a completed essay.
Wow.
And this is what she does. She teaches high school English, so she's very familiar with this.
Right. She's a Medfield
yep.
school teacher. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she's very familiar with this. So this year we've modified it a little bit. It's a 3-night program, and we offer it 2 times. So I think it's Monday, Wednesday, and then the following Monday.
Okay.
But in between the times
to
they
work.
meet, they have Gwen is available via email and such.
Okay.
So they're really they're working, and it's a
Yeah.
process. So.
But they're getting it done.
They're
talk
getting it
about
done.
getting that off your
Yes.
shoulders.
So as someone who
Okay.
has a 24 and a 22, almost
Yeah.
22-year-old I still remember those college essays.
That was like blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that done yet? Is that done? And it's always nice when it's done.
It's done
early.
Early. So tell us the timeline. So when do you offer that? What time of year?
That's actually offered in the summer.
Oh, summer to get ahead for the senior year.
That's
okay.
So it's for rising seniors.
Okay.
And it's in.
Yeah, that's okay. July or August.
Yep. It's actually both of them are in July. One starts July 6th, and the other starts July 14th. And we did 2 sessions. One is a Wednesday session, and one is a Tuesday, Thursday session, just in case someone has a work schedule.
Great. So. That's such a great. I mean, I hope you guys offer that for many years. Well, I'll tell you how many.
I hope
like
so
8
too.
more years. So great to know. And then, do you want to mention since we're at NCTV? Do you want to talk quick about the NCTV offerings?
Actually, NCTV has done stop motion animation through Norfolk Recreation a few times, and it's wonderful. It's just great. And we are offering that this summer. There is only one spot open. I do know that. And that's for ages 9 through 12.
Okay.
This summer they're also doing a mini documentary program for ages 12 and up.
Okay.
And the idea was for the group to do a mini documentary of Norfolk, and the historic side, but it's really a documentary that the kids can make their own.
Right.
They can do
their ideas.
What it could be, and it could be the historic aspects, but it could also be the ghosts of Norfolk past.
Right.
They can really make it their own. So it's just great hands-on. It's it's a very reasonably priced. I mean, I think it's $39 for the 5 days.
That's great. So it's a 1 week thing.
It's a 1 week. It's
for middle school, basically middle school age and up. Okay.
12 and up.
I love it. Yeah, maybe they can. They're like the myths and mysteries of Norfolk.
Yeah,
like
right.
what is going to go into the building next to Walgreens?
Yeah, there we go.
There's some signs of some stuff going in. When is the coffee shop coming?
Yeah.
No, but they can use their own ideas and creativity and make a documentary.
Yep.
Okay, that's awesome. Great. All right, and then I think I feel like there were a couple others that we wanted to touch on. I know. How about the any like sports, whether it's adults or kids? Are there any new? I know you offer adult sport offerings that I think not everyone knows about. So we
do. We actually have men's basketball, which is ongoing Thursday nights. You can sign up at any time.
Okay, so
if
it's
you
rolling.
Sign up, it is rolling because you can pay just $5 each time you go.
Okay.
If you sign up in the beginning of a session, it's actually a little bit less if you plan to go a lot, and you can pay ahead of time, and that's fine too. So we give different options. But we also have futsal on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock at the Freeman Kennedy School. So that's
co-ed.
Yeah, it's co-ed. I mean, it sort of depends on the session, but everyone can play. Yep.
And you pay as you go.
That's pay in advance.
Pay in advance.
Yep,
Okay.
It's just easier that no one's.
Right. And that's okay for adults.
Yeah, and we also have we have Zumba on Tuesday and Thursday night, and people can sign up for Tuesday or Thursdays or both. They sign up for both, of course. It's a little bit less money, and it's fun. It's quick, and it's reasonable time. It doesn't start too late, so people are still home. And and we also have some great exercise programs. Nancy Kalaney has been doing some wonderful programs for many years. This year we have a circuit training class that's new. Yeah. And so Monday morning, 7:30 to 8.
Oh, wow. It's quick.
It's a fast, very quick, fast half hour of a lot of exercise. Okay.
Strength and circuit, like both cardio, it sounds like.
And then at 8, and then it's also Wednesdays at 8:55. Okay. Again, a half an hour in and out.
Wow. Okay, that's good to know.
Yep.
And she also teaches Pilates still. Is that true? Or
well, she does some core.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what
strength and core training.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, so we've covered, the spring. I did want to touch on the cupcake decorating, just because it's popular in my house.
Yes.
I know you did one in winter, a couple sessions.
Annie Dries does it. Yeah, who's also from Norfolk, who has a business. And she does it's beautiful cupcakes.
Right, Annie's Just Desserts.
Yeah, Just Desserts. In the summer program, it's kitchen crafts and cupcakes too. Okay. So it's not quite as I don't want to say it's not quite as artistic. It's just a different type of cupcake.
And it's younger. Well, 2 to 6. No, same about the same. Yeah.
Yeah, and she does. Annie does a program for K through 2, and then
that's
2
right.
through 6.
And hers
so
is
it's separated.
decorating
Yeah.
versus this.
And that
like.
is really cupcake decorating. It's using fondant. It's there's a lot of it's cooking techniques. Where this is our kitchen crafts. They'll be doing crafts as well as food types of crafts. They'll be, I think one of the they'll be making strawberry ladybugs, and
cute.
I think they're banana butterflies or something.
Right.
So
it's a craft.
Right,
with
it's
food.
crafts, but they'll also be doing other crafts as well.
Okay.
Making an apron. I mean, it's just
cute.
it's very fun.
All right, and that's a summer camp.
That's a summer program.
Good.
That's the end of July.
All right.
We have a wide variety of summer programs. Everything, our sewing club, which is always popular and already filling up. And actually, the younger program filled up, so we're adding another week of that.
Okay.
Probably an afternoon class. We have Jen Callie, who does some art programs for us throughout the year, and also does Drama Kids.
Okay.
Teaches Drama Kids. She's doing abstract and expressive arts this summer.
Okay.
And Jason Sawtell's doing How to Draw Your Favorite Animal for the first time.
Cool.
This summer.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
so another summer one.
Animal.
Anything you want to touch on for seniors that they may be, I mean, the wine tasting would apply, but I just meaning that any seniors that may, be at the senior center, and maybe there's, I don't know if you have these out for them, but is there anything that specifically, I mean, it's more than just the adult offerings, right, for seniors?
It is all the adult offerings.
Like the strength training would apply?
The strength training, and the other program that Nancy leads, which is very popular, and it's not limited to an age, certainly, and is the Ladies Light Hiking and the Dog Hiking programs, and they're wonderful. And I've gone on them, and it's a wide variety of ages, and it's just it's terrific.
Nice conversation.
Yeah,
while
I mean,
you're
there
hiking.
could be as many as 25
Wow.
women at walking together, and you meet new friends, but it's really a brisk hour and 15 minutes outside through the woods, and where people, I think I could speak for myself, would be a little bit hesitant to go by myself, or if I didn't know where I was going, because it really is a long walk. It's not
that's a long walk.
It's not a 20-minute walk. It's an hour and 15 minutes, and Nancy's maps them all out, and it's just they're really lovely, and some of them are just really beautiful.
Yeah, the location, or the trail
beautiful,
she chooses.
Lovely.
Good. Okay, I'm glad we mentioned that because I have seen that several times going by. And I think there was one more that I wanted to touch on, which was, I know, for residents that don't live in Norfolk, they can still sign up.
Yes.
Right, but there's the priority goes to, how does that work?
So the recreation brochure, as people can see, it's bright green. And the goal is to find it in a busy kitchen.
Yeah.
Is mailed to only Norfolk residents.
Oh, okay.
And so that information and right on the front cover is always the registration date. And so that the information is disseminated to the Norfolk residents first.
Okay.
We don't mail outside of town. We do welcome people from outside of town, especially because we're one town is in the King Philip community.
Right, that's true.
So they're, especially as kids get a little bit older, they definitely have friends from Rentham and Plainville. Yeah. And our Norfolk Rentham youth basketball.
Oh, it's a partnership.
A lot of people know us through that.
Yes.
And we welcome people from those towns. Just as the Rentham Rec has Sweat Beach in the summer, and we advertise that because it's open to Norfolk residents.
Right.
So we just want people to know what's available for everyone.
Okay, so other people can apply. I mean, can sign up. And then another thought that, as we go kind of circle back to the fields, that I wanted to ask you was about the the fundraising, and that's because that's something that people wonder.
That's a very good question.
Maybe it's opening a can of worms.
Well,
I don't know.
No, it's actually it is really a very good question. There isn't a fundraising effort per se right now. We did do a master plan for the fields because we wanted to assess what fields were being used, how we could change things, the layout of the fields at Freeman Kennedy, because they were simply built in a progressive nature. They were, started, where the parking lot is now and worked out. They were built as needed. They weren't. It wasn't part of a plan.
Right.
So we wanted to assess if we could. We clearly knew that some of our fields are used so much.
Yes.
And other fields, we were thinking, well, is there another way we could get another field in? Could we? What can we do to change things? So we did a master plan, and that's actually still pending, because one thing that developed fairly recently in the past year or so, and we're still trying to figure out all the details, is that the Department of Corrections through the state has said that we could have another 5.5 acres at Pond Street.
Really? Oh, so that's pretty new.
It is, and
wow.
we have to figure out what 5.5 acres we can have, because we can't have 6. We can have 5.5.
And this, obviously, the land at the edge of Pond Street backs up to state land. I mean, that's state land.
It is state land, and there are also some wetlands. So what we can have, whatever 5.5 acres works, but we want to make sure that we choose 5.5 acres that it makes sense, that we can make into a field without running into wetlands, without running into drainage issues, without running into well issues.
Yes.
So we have to be very careful to pick our 5.5 acres before we move forward with that.
Oh,
but that should be moving forward.
Oh, good. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And also, part of the master plan did show us, at Freeman Kennedy, gave us some possibilities. The master plan, the Gale Associates did the master plan, and
you took a poll. I remember
a survey. We've done a couple of surveys. And it did show that we have so much usage. What would make the most sense is a turf field.
Right, that's right. So the turf field
synthetic
came up
turf
out
field.
of that. Yeah.
Right. So that would be for Norfolk. That's not the same as the King Philip turf field.
Okay.
The King Philip turf field is at the high school.
Right.
And they don't have many fields, and
yeah.
So and between the sports organizations and the band,
they use it. Yeah. So this turf field would be just for Norfolk.
Right,
purposes?
but we're actually not raising money right now for a turf field. What they came back and said, you have enough usage. You need to figure out how to either add more fields, or consider a turf field. And we frankly said, a turf field for us is not in the near future as far as financing for Norfolk.
Okay.
But that brings me to the lighting part. So it's wonderful to have lights on fields, but if you have fields that are already overused during the day, it's not going to help.
Okay, that's such a good point. That's logic, right? There you go.
But however, that doesn't mean that lights at the tennis courts or a basketball court or at baseball fields, where it's not the grass that's the issue.
Right.
The issue. So that could make some more. That could make some more sense. And the baseball fields will probably be the 5.5 acres. Looking at both locations, if we take the Babe Ruth field out of Freeman Kennedy, we would probably add that to Pond Street in that part of the 5.5 acres.
I see. Okay.
And it does, and there's 5.5 acres. I know sounds like a lot of acres, but you need a couple of acres for a field. For one field.
Right.
And plus, if you have to look at the parking. We only have spring baseball. We don't have fall baseball. We turn those fields into soccer, but so we have to look at what part of that 5.5 acres goes to parking as well.
Okay.
So there's a lot more things to consider, than just adding the field.
Right. Okay, well that's great. I'm glad we touched on that though. All right, well, so we have a few minutes left. I think everything that I had wanted to cover, I think we covered. So do you want to, before we wrap up, do you want to mention the partners that you, or do you have a couple there?
Yeah, I would love to. We work, we offer what we can offer right in town, but we don't have a pool, and we don't have swimming lessons that we offer directly, but we work closely with the Franklin YMCA, and we have swimming lessons available through for all ages
Right.
through the Franklin YMCA at a reduced rate, which is great.
At a reduced rate
Yep.
compared to,
Yeah,
right.
and if
so
also for adults there, if any adults are interested in the aquatics program, we can also have get a reduced rate.
oh, cool.
So they just need to let us know. There's
Okay.
and I think that why don't we list it on our website? It's simply because there's so many. I mean, there's just so many.
Yeah.
So what we ask people to do is, look at the Franklin YMCA, and if there's
Okay.
something there we're not offering, just ask us, and we'll look into it.
If you can, if you can have a reduced
Yeah, absolutely.
rate off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sure we have talked to them about it, and we will most likely be able to do something.
Okay, so swimming lessons.
yeah.
So that's one partnership that goes back many years with the Franklin YMCA, and then also other
We have
other partners. that
so
you-
the Four Kicks
Right.
offers their golfing programs. We advertise those. People can register through us, and then we notify Four Kicks.
Okay.
The partnership part is that we send a brochure out to every Norfolk resident.
Okay,
So
yeah.
we let them know what's going on at Four Kicks.
Yeah.
So we do ask people to register through us because the Four Kicks pays us a small amount for the advertising, and
Right.
we're servicing the Norfolk residents. That's why we do that. And it's a business in Norfolk, and we
Yeah.
want them to succeed, and certainly they
Absolutely.
are. They're probably one of the busiest places in
it
Norfolk.
seems like,
Yeah,
the
they
their
they-
parking lot
yeah,
is.
right. They
very
do a
busy.
wonderful job.
They do.
And we also have a new Bena Farm partnership. So Bena Farm is a horseback riding facility.
We had them on the show
yeah.
a couple months ago.
Yeah. So we offer their horseback riding lessons and a pony club, which is
Okay.
a little bit of horseback riding, a little bit getting familiar with
Oh,
the
good.
pony.
And
So-
it sounds like for many ages.
Yeah,
for
it is.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
And it's I know they do a lot of therapeutic riding.
do.
But they also offer, lessons and the
Yeah.
pony club for any child.
Yep, they do. Yep.
Okay.
And so we do. So this summer we're going to have some programs, but we also offer horseback riding lessons for all ages, all abilities, and then the pony club is ages 7 to 10.
Okay. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So, I think you covered a lot. We covered the preschool and then the lots of stuff for elementary age and middle school, and then all the adult offerings. Is there anything else that you can think of?
Well, I just we were talking about all the different offerings. We do have a lot of science and engineering programs.
yes,
We have
right.
robotics and
through.
rocketry taught by Carl Gaden, and they're great. The robotics that kids leave with a robot.
They do.
Yeah, they leave with
Okay.
their robot. We
Cool.
have.
And that's spring and summer, right? I
spring-
see it all
yep,
year round.
spring-
The robotics,
Yep,
right?
different. They're different. There's a little bit of a twist to each one, so they're
Okay.
all a little bit different.
So you can you can retake and you
Yep,
can take
absolutely.
them. Good.
And
So
we have the Legos. Playwell does a program with engineering program with Legos, and it's an after-school program, but we also have it in the summer.
okay. Oh,
And
cool.
then after school, it's an hour and a half. It's a long program, and it's not just building with Legos. I was at the K through 2 program, and they were trying to build a bridge the length of the instructor.
Oh my goodness.
Right, and
That's
so how to
cool
do
with
that?
Legos,
It was
yeah, without it collapsing.
Right, and so they
Oh
were
my
trying. So there's definitely there's
Yeah,
that
I love it.
curriculum part, that the educational part.
Well,
as
it's the STEM. It's the science, technology, engineering,
Yeah.
math. We're hopefully doing your part
Yep,
in the
we're
STEM.
trying.
So good. So that's robotics and other engineering type courses that fall under science or STEM. Cool. So the message is, as we wrap up, look through the catalog that you received in the mail. It's bright neon green, and it covers both spring and summer of 2015.
Right, and the summer playground program for ages 2 through
Yes,
6,
that's
very
right.
popular.
Summer playground is going again.
Yep, the registrations will be out in school next week.
Okay, and that's grades 2 through 6,
Entering-
right? Or
enter-
entering 2
2
through
through
6,
6,
yes.
yeah.
Entering grades, second grade through entering 6th. Yeah, and we've used that a lot. So that's Summer Playground 2. And thank you so much
Thank you.
for being here. I'm glad we got to cover a lot of different things. And I just wanted to finish with that. Ann Proto is our NCL Person of the Year this year.
Thank you.
For her dedication and going above and beyond in the job of our Norfolk Recreation Director.
Thank you very much. I was very, very honored, and it really was an honor. I'm very fortunate. I really do love my job, and
Yeah, well,
it was very nice. Very nice.
well, that's great. We're happy to have you. Having longevity and consistency like that in 16 years as our recreation director. So that's terrific. Thank you for all those years, and thank you for being here today.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah, sure, great. And for NCTV and the Recreation Department in Norfolk, I'm Jill Lawrence for Our Town. Thanks for watching.